Hello everybody and welcome to another episode. In today's episode I'm going to show you how to completely replace the front brake pads from any Range Rover Evoque out there. So in the last video I showed you all how to replace the rear brake pads on this car, and in today's video I'm going to show you all how to replace in the front side of this car. It's a very easy job, it can be done by anyone and everywhere, doesn't matter if you have a garage or if you're working in the front of your home or something like that. If you have the right tools you can do it yourself, and very easy and fast. So the first thing which you have to do is to lift the car up and remove the front wheel. After you remove the front wheel, the next step which you'll have to do is to remove the caliper from the caliper mounting bracket. But in the beginning you'll have to remove this anti-rudder spring, which is mounted right here. You'll have to push it from the exterior to the interior and it will come out from its place. Then you'll have to go behind the caliper. You'll find those two plastic caps which are covering the screws which are securing the caliper mounted to the caliper mounting bracket. You'll have to remove these plastic caps, and after that you'll have access to the screw. You'll have to remove the screw and the caliper will come out from its place. One thing which I recommend all to buy before trying to do this kind of job is to buy a special tool which will help you to push the piston back into the caliper, because now the piston it's decompressed, it's pushed out from the caliper because the brake pads are all worn out, and also because the brake disc is a little bit worn out, the piston is coming out further and further. And if you don't push it back into the caliper, you won't have enough space to install the new brake pads or the new brake disc on the car, and because of that the caliper won't be installed on the vehicle. So I recommend all to take a special tool. You have to push the piston back into the caliper, and after that you can go ahead and install all the parts back like it was from the factory. After you remove the two screws which are securing the caliper mounted to the caliper mounting bracket, you'll have to pull it out from the suspension part. And to do so, I recommend you all to take a flat screwdriver first, and you have to pull it just a little bit like I'm doing right here, and in this way it will push the piston a little bit back and it will make it come a little bit easier from the caliper mounting bracket. After that you have to remove the brake pads. You'll have to put it away, but I recommend all to not let it hang on the brake line, because in some cases, due to heavy weight of the caliper, it can break the brake line. So just put it over the brake disc or something like that, or you can tie it to the spring from the shock absorber and you'll be good to go. After that you have to take a wire brush. You have to clean the caliper mounting bracket very good, and especially in the area where the brake pads will be installed back on it, and you have to clean everything back together. You have to make it like new. After that you have to push the piston back into the caliper, and you can go ahead and install the new brake pads back on the vehicle. One more thing which I recommend you to do after you clean the area very good is to use some high temperature grease, or in my case I'm using some copper paste, and I'm putting just a little bit right here on the caliper mounting bracket in the area where the brake pads will be installed back on the vehicle. And I'm doing this because in this way it will prevent the brake pads from making weird noises, and it will also help them to slide back and forth very easy. Right here I'm going to use a special tool which will help me to push the piston back into the caliper. And also I recommend you all to take some brake cleaner and clean the caliper very good, because you don't want to have any dirt or debris right here in the piston area. Now, with the piston pushed back into the caliper, I can go ahead and install the brake pad from the caliper. You'll have to put it into the piston, and the second brake pad, you'll have to put it over the caliper mounting bracket, and after that, you have to put the caliper over it. The manufacturer which I choose to go with on the brand new brake pads, it's ATE, and in my opinion, this is the best manufacturer which you can buy for almost any car out there. From here, all you have to do is to put back the two screws which are securing the caliper mounted to the caliper mounting bracket, and after that you have to put back the anti-rotor spring, and most likely the job is done. Okay everybody, so after you finish installing everything back together on the vehicle, you'll have to go into the car, you'll have to press the brake pedal a few times until the piston will push the brake pads to each other, and in this way it will create some pressure into the braking system and the brake will work properly how normally it should work. Alright everybody, with all of these things being said, the job is finished. In my case, I also cleaned the hub area because I want to have a clean surface when I'm going to install the wheel back on the vehicle. This is all I have to do. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video and found it informative, please leave a like and a comment down below. See you next time.